Hello there, Facebook. Whoa, way off course there. Hello there, YouTube world. Just got off Facebook. Go figure. First video, no subscribers, no views. How do I get started talking about Facebook? Um, Wanted to introduce myself. I'm Stephen Howard. I live in Northwest Florida. I just started a YouTube channel. Go figure. Something I've been thinking about doing for a long time. Uh, I have a story to tell, and I feel like it's worth sharing. 2018, in the area I live in, was just devastated by a hurricane, Hurricane Michael. Some of you may have heard of it. My home was devastated. It literally had a, who knows, huge 100-something-year-old oak tree fall over on it. Caused massive, you know, issue to my house there. Cost $6,000 to have it removed while it was raining. Luckily, I was able to get up there and put a tarp over it and somewhat sort of salvage, some of the home. So $6,000 right there. On top of that, we learned not long after that, apparently there's a deductible, huge deductible for storm damage or hurricane damage, which is totally separate and apart and different from any other random storm that could have appeared. Of course, it had to be hurricane. So it's kind of led me on this journey and trying to overcome that and looking at our finances in a totally different way, because the first thing I want to say is whenever this happened, we had like zero, zilch, nada, nothing in our savings. We were not prepared for that. Shortly after that happened, first thing we had to figure out was where we're going to stay. We couldn't stay in the house. Luckily, or unluckily, depending on how you look at it, we had a camper. I don't know if you can see the camper back there. It's part of my debt financial journey, but for whatever reason, we were fortunate enough to have a camper we had to stay in. But listen, even then, we had to scramble and figure out how to get a generator. We had to figure out how to get food. We had to figure out how to rescue our food that we already had in our home. Created massive headache for 2 weeks for sure before we had our power back on and could actually somewhat move back into our home and prepare to get back on our journey to get back on our feet. The main thing I want to talk about is just the issues of not being prepared for an emergency. And like a lot of other people, I've watched lots of YouTube videos since that time and learned things. And I'm almost ashamed that our school systems don't teach financial literacy the way that I believe now that they should. Of course, ultimately it's on me. Wasn't prepared, wasn't thinking about the what ifs in life, wasn't thinking about, preparing for the future. Haven't until recently really gave a crap about retirement or things like that. This whole experience, going back to October 15th, 2018, has put me on a path of really looking at money and finances, retirement, debt in a whole new light. My wife used to constantly, she's way better at explaining things than I ever even could dream to be, but she would always try to encourage savings money. I was like, I got money, I'm going to spend it. That was just kind of my attitude. Got money, going to spend it, going to go spend it. Let's go spend it. Let's spend. I tease my kids sometimes. My attitude always, up until that time, had been spend, and hers was like save. So we've had this ongoing push, shove, back and forth, just, on our finances. So in the past 2+ years, there's been a great emphasis and effort on, saving money, getting out of debt, and shudder to the thought, actually building wealth a little bit. We don't follow any particular one thing whenever we look at our debt and our income and how to best manage it. Watched a lot of Dave Ramsey. He's a guy who's filed bankruptcy several times and then just built his wealth up to just, I could only dream to ever be where he's at. Watched a lot of YouTubers, But I take it all with a grain of salt. I also do a lot of reading lately. I'm by no means an expert. If anything, I'm hoping to one day be an expert, and that's kind of the purpose of just sharing this. But I want to leave you with this little nugget, and you know, to quote Mike Tyson, basically, everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the mouth. And I was even worse than that. I didn't have a plan. Literally had a humongous oak tree land on my house. There was no plan. There was no planning for that. There could have been. In hindsight, I should have had a savings account. I should have had some investments. I should not have had the amount of debt. I'm coming to you from this video sitting on a boat that I bought in 2015. Didn't bat an eye at, you know. In hindsight, foolishness. Foolish choices in hindsight. So what I'm hoping to do is have, with my 0 subscribers and no views, maybe someone will, you know, feel sorry for me and subscribe. Maybe I get a view. If you want to click a like, if you want to click a subscribe, no complaints here. Comments. I hope to upload future videos. I don't see myself being a once a day kind of guy, a once a week kind of guy. This is more of me just wanting to talk and get things off my chest and put it out there in the world, and maybe even get some good ideas and good feedback. But definitely got to focus more on finances. We are in a better place now, but we are still digging ourselves out from a hole, believe it or not, that can be, you know, years in the making. I'm an older dude at this point, late 40s. Let's call it mid 40s, you know, let's not get crazy here. Mid 40s, but there's just no reason for it. Some of the foolish decisions I've made over the years with money, I'd like to put it out there and share what led to that, the foolishness. One thing out of the eons of YouTube videos I have watched, I believe it was Nate O'Brien, and several of them really, pay for experiences, guys. Don't pay for things. Things come and go. Memories, that's what we're living for. I mean, get out there and live your life. If you're gonna blow some money, blow it on an experience. Don't blow it on something that is concrete. I'm literally sitting on this boat, guys, that I make a payment on around $400 a month. It sees action once every month and a half or so, and that's on a good, I mean, that's stretching it a bit, really. So we won't even talk about what boat stands for. What, bring on another 1,000, I think somebody says. I'm in a place where I'm starting to ramble on now, so I'm going to end it. But I really just want everyone to hopefully get a little kernel of this. You never know what Hurricane Michael or what storm is around the corner or what event's going to happen, and you got to be prepared for it and just have that little kernel of information in you that hopefully you can do something with it. Find yourself a high yield savings account. I mean, like everybody says, don't put it under your mattress. But let me tell you something. Putting it under your mattress is better than doing nothing. Don't go out there and finance that boat or that, you know, whatever. You land where I'm at, where I'm, you know, literally needing to sell some of the stuff probably. That's all I really got for today. I hope I haven't just driven people nuts, batty. First video, no subscribers, no views. Got to start somewhere, right? So if I haven't already said it, I hope everyone out there has a great rest of the day, great rest of the week, and enjoy July. It's summertime. Thank you.